10 years ago, the International Association of Firefighters partnered with the International Association of Fire Chiefs in developing our Wellness Fitness Initiative, a non-punitive program saving lives in fire departments across 2 great countries. We put this project together because our members were dying from heart disease, strokes, cancers, and other medical conditions at alarming rates. And while this tough job will always take the lives of too many of our brothers and sisters too often, we have found that when firefighters participate in the Wellness Fitness Initiative and embrace it, we can actually and are saving lives every day. The stories in this video are true. You'll hear firsthand from IFF members who are alive today because of early detection of life-threatening medical problems during visits to doctors that are part of the initiative. My personal message to you is that you mean too much to your loved ones. You have worked too many hours to get where you are, and you have sacrificed much to make it to the retirement you deserved after service to your community. Watch this video, take it to heart, and make the Wellness Fitness Initiative a program in your department and an important part of your life. Thank you.
I really was doing what I thought was the right thing. Every day of my life that I knew how to do the right thing, I did the right thing. But still I developed an issue or a problem within my system that I had no control over.
Because we caught it so early, there's no ill effects down the road. It should be controllable.
I owe everything that I have to the Wellness and Fitness Board, because without it, I may not be here today.
If I hadn't been a part of the Wellness Fitness program, I might not be here giving you an interview today.
If you don't make it to the end, or if you don't survive your retirement, then what's the point? It could sneak up on you, and next thing you know, no more retirement. It's just goodbye.
Firefighters save lives every day. Yet every day their own lives are at risk. Exposure to heat, chemicals, and stress all take their toll.
Firefighters have 8.6 times more injury rates than in a typical business per year. Firefighters have the #1 heart attack rate of any occupation.
Firefighters need to stay fit to reduce injuries. They also need annual medical exams to screen for disease. That's why many fire departments have instituted the Wellness Fitness Initiative.
The components of the Wellness Fitness Initiative involve doing cardiovascular fitness assessments, assessments of muscle strength, muscle endurance, and flexibility. And all of those are aimed to try to improve the health and wellness of firefighters, as well as reduce the chance of injury and possibly lessen the severity of an injury if something happens.
Annual medical exams are very important for firefighters for 3 reasons. 1, it can diagnose a medical condition that they have no idea they have. 2, it can make sure they can do their job safely. And 3, it can provide a surveillance system for firefighters that have been exposed to a hazardous exposure, and it can follow them over time.
In-house wellness and fitness programs reduce the burden of medical and disability costs.
There is a correlation between a wellness program and cost reduction. For every $1 you invest, you're going to get about $2.50 back the first year, and the second year about $3. So there is an immediate result.
In addition to saving money, wellness fitness programs save lives.
The Wellness Fitness Initiative is making significant improvements in cholesterol, in blood pressure, in the early detection of cancer.
Even for a young, fit firefighter, this program can help head off a medical crisis, as Jeannie Nunez Capote discovered.
A few months ago, I was experiencing your typical signs and symptoms of a heart attack. Pressure in the center of my chest, like your typical elephant standing on your chest.
She called me, we did an EKG, it was normal, but because of her symptoms, I urged her to go to the emergency room.
I was having what they consider silent heart attacks, coronary spasms.
They went ahead and they did a catheterization, Ultimately, they found a blockage and she had a stent placed.
It could save your life, and it saved my life, and I was blessed and fortunate, and I just can't say enough.
Doug Justice, a 35-year-old Calgary firefighter, noticed discomfort in one of his testicles. The Calgary Fire Department Wellness Fitness Initiative doctor detected the problem just in time.
My annual firefighter medical came up in October, and when Dr. Lynch with the Calgary Fire Department Wellness Center did a complete medical on me, he asked if I had any tenderness there. And I said, yeah, a little bit, and he did a thorough examination and found that it was a little harder than it should be.
Clinically it was a cancer. The ultrasound confirmed it, and we actually had him seen by a urologist within a week.
First thing that goes through your mind for me is my family. I have 4 small children. You know, you're thinking, this is it.
He actually had primary cancers in both testes. After the first orchidectomy, he actually went back to work within 6 weeks. He was actually keen to get back to work. Well, if this hadn't been picked up and he'd left it in the 6 months, it might well have spread.
He caught this thing early and didn't waste any time, and he was this close to saying, well, maybe we'll, you know, follow up with your family doctor, but something twigged and he said, no, let's get on this and check it out. So as far as I'm concerned, that saved my life.
An annual physical was also the point of discovery for a life-threatening problem for Dominic Finks. 7 years before, he had donated one of his kidneys to his brother.
I went to my annual physical, and they took my blood work, and the doctor there, Dr. Lewis, he goes, "Hey, you might want to take a look at your numbers and then call your nephrologist." My organ was dying, and there was necrotic tissue on it, and I needed an organ. I needed a kidney. I was a bit concerned, a bit anxious, because I know I'm down to 1 kidney, and that kidney was dying. So, you know, you just have this sense of impending doom. I had my kidney transplant on January 28, 2006, and May 8, 2006, I came back on the job, full duty. The Wellness and Fitness program here at LA County Fire Department literally saved my life.
At Austin's Wellness Center, a stress test requirement for firefighters over 40 years old came just in time for Gerald Holly.
About 7 minutes in, I started throwing PVCs, which caused the physician there, Dr. Parrish, to stop the test.
We found some EKG changes that were a little suspicious at a pretty low workload, and we sent him to our second-line cardiologist, who found a potentially fatal lesion.
We took him to the cardiac catheterization laboratory. We found a 80% blockage in his left anterior descending artery, which is a significant blockage of a very important artery and a very bad place to have a blockage.
Which is what the firemen call a widowmaker, because once you have a blockage there and you have a heart attack, there's so much heart damage it's not repairable.
He underwent stent implantation at that site, had a stent put in, blockage was opened, did beautifully. Now that he came in, not only is he doing better, he's doing far better than he was prior. He feels good, he looks great, and he's back at work.
I have to say that the Wellness Center, I have to basically say thanks for life, because that's what they gave me, a longer life.
Exams can find diseases based on occupational and environmental exposures, as firefighter Mark Hubert learned.
Going through the Wellness Fitness program, went in and saw the physician, and during the physical exam, she noted some moles and freckles that were some areas of concern for her. In turn, she told me to seek out my own physician. The private physician saw him and agreed that they should remove one, send it in for biopsy. At which time I did get results from the biopsy that reported a basal cell carcinoma, which is an early skin cancer. I went back to saw my physician, and he removed an additional 4 or 5 more spots. that were areas of concern, all of which came back as a basal cell carcinoma. Thanks in part to finding that early skin cancer, I'm here today talking about health awareness and wellness fitness program, and hopefully it can benefit someone else that might think like I did, that there's not going to be anything wrong with them.
Wellness Fitness Initiative programs are a matter of life and death.
Over 95% of the on-duty firefighter fatalities due to heart disease that we have investigated, over 95% of those people, those firefighters, did not have fitness and wellness programs.
I would encourage any fire department that's considering a wellness program to just get started.
There's so many firefighters that don't want to get their annual physicals, that don't want to do the stress test, and my message to them is just do it.
By giving me a new chance in life, it helped me for that drive to get back to work and get back on the job, to do what I love to do, and that's be a fireman.
It's really to keep us healthy and to keep us on the job site and keep us living longer.
Had I not been in this program, my life would be a lot different.
It saved my life, and if we can catch these things early, then we can have a healthy, long life.
It's so important that we not only get fit, eat well, but the most important aspect of our initiative here is to be well. In order to be well, you need to see a physician annually for a physical. It's so very, very important as we get older, we do see a doctor regularly so that we have that, quote, baseline physical. We know year to year if our body's okay, is it had a rapid change in our blood, or something else that causes maybe a cancer or leukemia, whatever it may be. But it's so very, very important that our people go to the wellness side of this initiative.